Well, according to reports, Sony's been hacked again. If you remember, I think it was around 2011, PlayStation accounts got hacked. And then a few years ago, Sony Pictures had a big hack where a bunch of very embarrassing emails got released to the public. Well, now apparently one group is claiming that they've hacked them again. And this is coming to us from IGN. And IGN writes the following. Sony has said that it has launched an investigation after a ransomware group claimed to have breached the company's systems. Cybersecurity Connect reported that a ransomware group calling itself ransomed.vc claimed that it had breached Sony Group and threatened to sell the stolen data. Now, this is what they said. We have successfully compromised all of Sony's systems, ransomed.vc claimed, on both on the clear and dark nets, as reported by Cybersecurity Connect. We won't ransom them. We will sell the data. Due to Sony not wanting to pay us, data is for sale. Now, none of the reports that are out there right now are really specifying, was this like system or Sony as a whole, like everything that falls under Sony, PlayStation, Sony Pictures, Sony, like their home electronics, like everything? Is it one section of Sony that has been hacked? Because again, one of the worrying things for me, because I'm not worried if Sony Motion Pictures gets hacked. I mean, that's unfortunate. I feel bad for them, but it doesn't concern me. But what will concern me and a lot of you guys is if it's like PlayStation user data. Because a lot of us have like credit cards, personal information, all that kind of stuff on there. And if it's your information and my information, because everybody sits back and laughs, ha ha, Sony got hacked, they're going to have their data stolen, ha ha ha. Well, guess they stop laughing when we tell them it could be your data that's getting sold. This ransom group may have just taken your personal data, your bank account information, your personal information, and they're selling your stuff. Suddenly the laughing stops.
Unless you're an Xbox player.
This is a little concerning.
Yeah.
John, you brought that up earlier today when we were talking about this off camera, that's the part that's worrying.
Yeah, it dawned on me because I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't just Sony Pictures. I have an account with Sony.
That's right. This could actually have a negative effect on me. Now, listen, as of right now, like IGN and the other sites that are talking about this, nobody's verified that this has actually happened. It could just be some group making big claims. Sony is not saying anything other than they're investigating the situation. So we don't know what's going on here. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Vessi. Now, like me, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of Vessi, the shoe that claims to be incredibly comfortable and waterproof on top of that. Well, these claims are really interesting to me because as a Canadian who walked around in a lot of snow, and as somebody who likes to go camping and hiking with his wife on the weekends, there's nothing more uncomfortable and horrible than walking around in wet feet. So after receiving my first pair of Vessis and noticing how incredibly good looking the shoes are and how mind-boggling comfortable and flexible they are, the first thing I did was I took them into the backyard to put it to the supreme waterproof test and dipped my feet in my pool. Guys, my feet were bone dry, and like 20 seconds after having them in the pool and I touched them, the shoes themselves were also bone dry. Guys, seriously, these shoes are stupidly comfortable, they look great, and they absolutely lived up to the claim of being waterproof and keeping my feet dry. I absolutely love my Vessi shoes. So guys, if you want shoes that are good looking, are ridiculously comfortable, and on top of all that waterproof, you need to head to vessi.com/Campea and get yourselves a pair today. Go to vessi.com/Campea and get shoes for your best summer yet. But Chris, this happened again a couple of years ago with Sony Pictures. I mean, that's where we first found out that they were thinking about crossing over 21 Jump Street with Men in Black.
Yep.
An idea that everybody laughed at first, but after a while I started going,
you know, it could
that actually could be kind of cool. I don't know. But this could reach out to personal information. I don't know. When you hear about this, what are the issues that stand out most to you?
Well, that personal user data. Last time this happened to Sony, they had to go before Congress to explain themselves.
Yeah.
And then they also started giving away free games and money left and right to try and make up for what happened. So if you've got Sony stock, this might be
a good way to get me to say I forgive you.
Yes.
Just to be honest.
I love free things. My love language, free stuff.
Things.
That's mine. So obviously this is really scary if you have that PlayStation Play kind of account or anything like that. Your data could be out there. But I gotta say, I always love reading the demands of a hacker because I can only hear it in the distorted voice, thinking of them in their little hoodie, right? Of like, data is for sale now. It's ridiculous.
You will give us 2 million in
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Where this is not a ransom, it's a sale. Everything must go. They sound ridiculous.
It's like that
but-
Unsolved Mysteries, like garbled,
Yeah,
disguise.
it very much has
Yes,
that.
and then he came into my room and
But
Or
Ray,
when they revealed the magic tricks on Fox a long time ago.
like, Matt just revealed. But
but
I remember, like, before we started the show day, like Ray's putting some thumbnails together. It's like, why is it every time I search the term hacker in images, it's always some white dude in a black hoodie?
Or
The most menacing thing of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a remember.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah, V for Vendetta.
You know,
Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes Max.
Yeah.
so I think this is an opportune time for me to all of a sudden download NBA 2K24 on your PlayStation.
Because I got all the access to it.
It must have been the hack, John.
Yeah.
Oh
Wasn't
my
me.
God.
I didn't do it.
Oh my God. How is there NBA 2K on everyone's PlayStation in here all of a sudden, Jonathan?
Pure access for Ray all the time. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Do you think we could be getting a treasure trove of inside Sony potential movies that never happened leaks? Could it be something more sinister, like your personal data getting sold off? How responsible is Sony for somebody breaking into their system? Whatever you guys think, jump on down in the comments and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.